This is the previous JavaScript code where I implemented a Telegram chatbot using dictionary API. It interacts with the user by providing some information about the word provided by the user. Like here, I have given a word for. It is displaying me the word, phonetic part of speech, definition, and pronunciation of that word. Now I want to include more functionality to the code so that whenever I am giving words here, it should store in the Firebase Cloud File Store, which is a set of backend cloud computing services and application development platforms provided by the people. It hosts database services, authentication, and integration for a variety of applications involving JS, Node.js, Java, etc. So for this, I created a project and given a name, full stack, and in this, I created a collection within task. During the setup, it generated a JSON file which contains the authentication information and private key information, and I included that file here with private key.json. It includes the private key and some authentication information. So I want to explain how I implemented this code. Initially, I set up Firebase. So here, initialize the app. It is used to set up the Firebase admin SDK, which allows our Node.js application to interact with Firebase services. It takes the configurations containing the service account credentials, database URL, and other settings to establish the connection with Firebase. Now, CERT. It is used to generate a service account credential object based on the contents of the JSON file. The JSON file is also called as service account key file and contains the important authentication details for our application to access the Firebase services securely. Now, get file store. It is used to obtain a reference to the Firebase database. Once the Firebase admin SDK is initialized, this function allows our application to perform read and write operations on the Firestore database. Now, this is the Telegram bot setup. That is created using the provided token, and the pooling option is set to the true, which means the bot will actively listen for incoming messages. Now, for handling user messages, I've written this code. This code sets up an event listener to listen for messages from the user. If message is not a command, neither history nor start, it proceeds to fetch the word definition and respond to the user. Now, for fetching word definitions, I've written this code to extract word details and send respond to the user and to store the word details in the Firestore. This code uses the request module to make an HTTP request to an external API. Here I use the dictionary API to get word definitions based on that word sent by the user. If the API responds with no definitions found, the bot sends a message to the user indicating that. If API provides definitions, the code extracts relevant words, details, and sends them as a response to the user. After sending the response, the code stores the word details in the Firestore database. For sending response to the user, I have written this code. So in this else part, for sending response to the user, for storing data in Firebase Firestore, I included this for word, message, and audio. This code saves information about the word, the response message, and the audio URL into the Firestore database. It creates a new entry, means a document, in the task collection of the database, where I created the task collections. It will include the document about that word, and the constructor response message and the URL of the audio will be displayed here. For handling special commands, I've written this code. It means it sets up an event handlers for two specific commands. /start and /history. When a user sends /start, the bot responds with a welcome message. When a user sends /history, the code fetches historical word details from the Firestore database and sends them back to the user. Now we'll see, is it working? I'm typing the word king and apple and white. Now I'm giving /history. So this is providing the audio file of king, bike, and for apple. This is about the information about the words bike, king, and for apple. We will see whether they are stored in the Firebase or not. So these are the documents about the words. This is for bike. This is for king. And this is for apple. So in this way, it will store each and every word we are giving in the Chatbot as a document and the related information about the word. Hope you like this. Thank you.